Before the tattoos and before the trash talk, before the championship parade, there was a skinny kid from South Carolina with nothing but raw talent, boundless energy, and an unshakable belief. Kevin Garnett wasn't supposed to change basketball, but he did. This is the story of how the big ticket went from a high school phenom to an NBA champion, to one of the fiercest competitors the game has ever seen. Chapter 1: Humble Beginnings. The Streets of South Carolina. Kevin Maurice Garnett was born on May 19, 1976, in Malden, South Carolina, a quiet town with big dreams. Raised by his mother Shirley, Garnett learned early that nothing comes easy. His father was absent, and life threw challenges his way from the start. But on the basketball court, none of that mattered. The moment KG picked up a basketball, you could tell he was different. Tall, lanky, but coordinated like a guard. Garnett wasn't your typical big man. He could dribble, shoot, pass, and his intensity, off the charts. But his time at Malden High School was marred by racial tensions and conflict, leading Garnett to transfer to Chicago's Farragut Academy, a decision that would change everything. Chapter 2: Chicago's Storm, birth of the big-ticket Chicago, the home of Michael Jordan, and the proving ground for a young Kevin Garnett. At Farragut Academy, KG dominated, averaging 25 points, 18 rebounds, and 7 assists, leading his team to a 28-2 record. His athleticism and all-around game made him the nation's top high school player. By graduation, he was National Player of the Year, a McDonald's All-American, and on every scout's radar. But no high schooler had jumped to the NBA in 20 years. It was risky, too raw. Garnett didn't care. He was ready to make history. Chapter 3: 1995 NBA Draft. History rewritten. June 28, 1995, the NBA Draft. With the 5th overall pick, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Kevin Garnett, Farragut Academy, Chicago, Illinois. At just 19 years old, Garnett shattered the mold, becoming the first high school player drafted to the NBA in 2 decades. Critics called him too skinny, too immature, but Garnett had something they couldn't measure: heart. The Timberwolves, a struggling franchise, took the gamble. They bet on a kid, and that bet would change their history. Chapter 4: The Minnesota Years, Building a Legend. When Kevin Garnett joined the Timberwolves in 1995, the franchise was lost in the NBA wilderness. But KG brought unmatched energy, intensity, and confidence. At nearly 7 feet, he moved like a guard and defended every position. By his second year, he was an all-star. By his third, the team's clear leader. His partnership with Stephon Marbury sparked hope, but poor management and Marbury's exit cut it short. Still, Garnett stayed loyal. He carried the Wolves for years, earned MVP in 2004, and built a reputation as one of the game's fiercest competitors. Though a title never came in Minnesota, KG became a legend, defined by heart, loyalty, and relentless passion. Chapter 5: Boston Bound, the Formation of a Champion. July 31, 2007, everything changed. After 12 seasons in Minnesota, Garnett was traded to the Boston Celtics. Joining forces with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, the Celtics formed a modern super team, fueled by desperation, experience, and one common goal: a ring. Garnett's impact was immediate. 2008 NBA Defensive Player of the Year, anchored the league's top defense, brought leadership, grit, and accountability. The 2008 NBA Finals arrived. The opponent? The Los Angeles Lakers, the league's gold standard. Chapter 6: The 2008 NBA Championship, Mission Complete. For Kevin Garnett, the 2008 NBA Finals weren't just another series. They were the culmination of a lifelong battle. After years of heartbreak, disappointment, and carrying the weight of entire franchises on his shoulders, he finally stood on basketball's grandest stage, wearing the green and white of the Boston Celtics. Alongside Hall of Famers Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, Garnett formed a legendary trio. But winning wasn't easy. Their rival? The Lakers, led by the unstoppable Kobe Bryant. It wasn't just a series, it was war. Every play was a battle, Every game a grind. Fueled by years of frustration, Garnett gave it everything. And on June 17, 2008, after 6 tough games, he was finally an NBA champion. On the court, with tears in his eyes, he shouted the words that defined his journey. Anything is possible. It wasn't just a moment. It was a lifetime of sacrifice finally rewarded. Chapter 7. Legacy more than stats. Kevin Garnett's impact goes beyond numbers. Though his stats are legendary, 21 seasons, 15-time All-Star, 2004 MVP, 2008 champion. He was the emotional leader, defensive beast, and ultimate competitor. But KG changed the game. He proved big men could do it all. Shoot, defend, lead. He paved the way for Kobe, LeBron, and Dwight to jump straight from high school to the pros. His passion, grit, and relentless work ethic set a standard that still echoes today. Garnett isn't just a Hall of Famer. He's a symbol of heart, loyalty, and the power of belief. The big ticket's lasting impact. From South Carolina's streets to cold nights in Minnesota to glory in Boston. KG's journey wasn't just hoops. It was about beating the odds. Too skinny, too emotional. They doubted him. He proved them all wrong. Today, the modern NBA reflects his fire, positionless play, fierce spirit, and the hunger to win. Where do you rank Kevin Garnett among the greatest power forwards ever? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you respect KG's intensity and heart, smash that like button. Share this video with a real NBA fan who needs to hear the big ticket story. And don't forget to subscribe for more NBA deep dives, legends breakdowns, and the stories that shaped the game. This was NBA Deep Dive, Kevin Garnett, from high school to NBA champion and the making of a superstar. Until next time, keep chasing greatness.